Hey everyone, welcome back to Armatis Reviews, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the premium skins gun wraps. Alright, so first things first, one of the most important things that I like to do in my videos, in my opinion, is disclosure. What's my relationship with premium skins, and what's the deal? Do they pay me? No, they have not paid me. They're not going to pay me. There's been no agreement of exchange of money or anything like that. They just reached out to me and said, hey, check out our premium skins gun wraps. Just said, hey, check them out, let us know what you think. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. They just sent me two different types, one for an AR-15 pattern rifle and one for a bolt action, or just like a regular rifle. You know, it could be used on a semi-auto that's just a classic stock kind of pattern. And all the wraps are pretty universal. They're not like, you don't like order one specifically for a Remington 700 or something like that and it only works on that. It's the general size as far as I understand it. I haven't even opened it up yet, but it can, then you cut it to more fit your particular firearm more precisely. So let's get into it. And I'm not going to be doing like a full install video. They have videos for the full installation for help. I don't want to really just rehash one of those. So it's going to be, the video is going to be kind of cut to make it brief as possible. I am kind of long-winded a lot of times, but just want to, you know, put it on, see what it's like, if I like it, that kind of thing. All right, it looks like it is somewhat tailored depending on what the gun is, right? Like AR-15 is obviously going to be, it's going to use much different shapes and stuff than like a stock bolt action rifle, right? So this is the one I got for my AR-15. I picked out the pattern. They had a lot of cool patterns. It's like 50 plus different patterns, colors, things like that. So this is what they call their urban. I think it's just urban. It looks like. You guys can see that, and you can see over on this side here, they got different things. They have like left mag well, left lower receiver, forward assist, that kind of stuff. So you can really, they do have it kind of chunked up in different sections as best as they can, so that you can kind of customize it to how you want to look. I'm not going to wrap my entire gun. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think it looks great. Like, I don't like that in general. So this one is the premium skin. It looks like it's rifle and shotgun skin. So this is for like a bolt action. This is for my Tikka T3x CTR chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. So it's a traditional bolt action stock, factory stock, all that kind of stuff. So if you think about most traditional stock shotguns, they kind of have a similar stock pattern. So that's what this looks like. It's kind of hard to show you all the corners because it's all rolled up. This is their like, what was it? Tactical orange camo. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like orange, in case you've never been able to tell. And you can see these are, it's a little more general of a shape. They got some just general big shape pieces. The top there looks like it's got kind of the stock shape for where your hand goes, and the comb and things like that. And then these other big pieces are just kind of big and rectangular. So you will trim those a little more to your needs, I think. Let me go over the list of things you have to be prepared for to apply this first. One, you need to clean your firearm, clean your stock, anything that you're going to apply the vinyl wrap to, you want to make sure it's clean and dry. You'll need some kind of like a utility knife, to cut, to trim the wrap. So those little like kind of pen shaped X-Acto knife things, or a box cutter, that kind of thing. You'll need a heat gun or a hair dryer. I do have my wife's hair dryer I stole with her permission, and I've thought about getting a heat gun, but I wanted to try it with that because not everybody has a heat gun, And so I want to see how well the hairdryer method works. So then what you're going to do is apply the wrap to the part that it's designated for, and then kind of get it where you want, trim it. If you're not happy with it, you can remove the trim again and kind of rearrange it, because you haven't heated it yet. Once you heat it is when it really sticks on. So just keep that in mind. So I would suggest hairdryer or heat gun, a clean cloth, or I'm using paper towels because I didn't think to get a lint-free clean cloth, I'm not gonna lie. And then I have a scrub brush to clean. And they do say to use a squeegee. They have a squeegee you can buy to kind of get into like the small pieces. I didn't have one. They didn't send me anything extra. So I grabbed a piece of cardboard. I'm gonna see how well that works, because I wanted to see how well this is gonna work with as little as possible. Like as little of the upsell little accessories as they say to sell, or they say to use. So I'm gonna try it and see if I hate myself later for it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this and clean and dry the parts kind of off camera, and then we'll come back for a minute. Okay, so I'm already running into a little bit of an issue. If I can show you the shape and angle of the wrap doesn't match this Tikka stock as perfectly. Like this line doesn't really, if I match it up with the line on the stock, then it's really off on the grip down here. If I line up with the grip, then it's like really off. So it's probably not gonna be perfect. All right, so an update. I've never put a graphic, like a vinyl graphic on anything like this before. So I'm very new to this. I'm not very good at it at all. But this is my progress so far, and it's awful. Like there's wrinkles in it everywhere, and I've had to cut. It is not good. But this is what I have so far. From afar, it looks great. Now I haven't heated this yet. This is just raw, so it could still be taken off. But that's what I have so far. All right, update time. This is what I have so far. Again, it hasn't been heated yet, so this is kind of still raw, or whatever you want to call it. I've only put it on the stock, and that's all I plan on doing. I don't they have decals for the barrel and the receiver and stuff. I don't plan on doing that. I don't want to mess with that. I don't really want the entire thing to be in that camo, just mainly the stock. So if you guys can see, this is what it looks like so far. So this is ugly. I did not do a great job on this. Wrinkles everywhere. I had to overlap some parts because I tore or cut things wrong. The end of the forend here. It's like, how do you put it on perfectly so that there aren't any wrinkles on the end? Like I said, I've never really done this before, so I'm sure you guys who have done it before probably have like really great method. I don't. So that's kind of ugly. You can see I cut out around the receiver at the bottom to clear the screws, the magwell, trigger guard, all that good stuff. So now it's time to heat it up. All right, I think she's done. She's not pretty. She's a sweet spirit. She's done. So, I wasn't really expecting it, but I was kind of secretly hoping that the heat would kind of like suck it up and tighten everything, all the wrinkles and stuff, but it didn't really. It feels like it really just made the vinyl kind of more rubbery, thinner, a little more gooey, I guess. Maybe see if this will give you an idea of what this kind of turns into when it gets hot. So it's not hot now. I'm pulling pretty good, and it's stretching a little bit, but not crazy. So I'm going to get the hair dryer, get it hot for a second, put it over this, put the hot air on this, and you'll be able to see, I think, hopefully, how much it can stretch and really changes the structure of it. See? See how easily it pulled when it got hot? Whereas like this piece, like it tears, it doesn't stretch, it's not as gooey as when it's hot. So that's what it kind of turns it into. I was able to get some of the wrinkles out, a few of them, when it got hot because it was more pliable. So a few things to know. Premium skin's price varies depending on what you're using it for, obviously how much material there is. The bolt action, or just like a hunting rifle, regular rifle, one like this, is about $65. You get free shipping on any order that's over $25. And they have AR-15 patterns, which is what that urban one was. I'm gonna do later. They have pistols, shotguns, all that stuff. Because it's made of the 3M vinyl, it shouldn't peel or fade over time. It's 100% waterproof, non-reflective, made in the USA. Pretty good materials from what I can tell and what I've researched. And on their website, they do have an option to make a custom pattern. Now, I haven't done that myself, so I don't know how extensive it gets. Looks like you can kind of pick a pattern, more fantasy, camo, what have you. You can upload images, you can describe what you want it to look like, that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool that there's that option for that, if it works well, which probably does, otherwise they probably wouldn't offer it. So after all that, what do I think? I think the product itself is pretty decent. I think it's pretty good. Obviously that's without kind of torture testing the wrap against abrasions and stuff. I don't know how that'll hold up long term. They say it won't fade in the sun, so we'll see how that does. One thing I will say is when I was applying the wrap and I was trying to get the wrinkles out with the piece of cardboard, it looked like I was getting like white marks on the edge of the wrinkle as if it was like taking the paint off. I don't know if it was actually doing that or if it was some kind of other just reaction to the cardboard getting pressed against it. But I mean, if I take my fingernail and go against the wrap, at least on this side, there aren't any scratches. So I think it'll be fairly scratch resistant. It's obviously probably not going to do great with big deep gouges. But even if it does, I mean, it's still protecting the finish of your firearm, and to some degree, if you care about that. So that's kind of nice. But overall, I think it's a decent product. I can see why people would want to get it. It adds kind of a little bit of flair, a little bit of pizzazz to your gun. If you guys are looking for something like this, I think you'll be happy. Just really take your time to apply everything and maybe get the extra little tools that I kind of wish I had gotten. And just know it may not be perfect, but I don't really care. Guns to me are more of a tool than a pretty display piece. So, I mean, it doesn't matter to me all that much. It's not pretty. There's a lot of wrinkles that I got on there and stuff, but I'm happy with it. I think this looks a lot better. This camo pattern I think looks a lot better than just the stock black that was on here. So I'm happy with it. If this video was helpful to you guys, you know what to do. Thanks for watching and take care.